welcome back to my channel. This is Belle. Okay, di ba? The first time I discussed with you yung aking reading sa The Mammoth Hunters. So right now, gusto ko sana talagang ipakita sa inyo yung writer. Okay? So I have this hardbound book. I love this. So ito si Miss Jean M Auel. Yan. Yan ang writer. Ano, grabe, ang galing. This book was published in 1985, I think. 1986. Yan natin ang publishing date niya. Okay, 1985. 1985. 45 million copies ng libro niya. Not just this one, marami siyang books. Pero 45 million, siguro close to 5 billion na ang mga nabenta ngayon. 45 million, close to 50 million na. Okay, I would like to read to you yung kanyang Mammoth Hunters, yung kanyang acknowledgement. Mula sa acknowledgement, makikita natin yung kind of research that she did. Kasi kung babasahin natin siya, akala mo talagang parang love story lang siya, adventure, ganon. Pero actually, she did put a lot of research into her book, into writing her book. Okay, let's read, ha? Acknowledgement. I would like, I could never have told this story without the books and materials of the specialists who have worked on the site and have collected the artifacts of the prehistoric ancestors. And they have my deepest gratitude. Yan. To several people, I owe special thanks. I have enjoyed the discussions and correspondences and the papers full of not only facts but also ideas and theories. Okay. And the papers, okay. I must make it clear, however, that those who provided me with the information and offered help are not in any way responsible for the viewpoints and ideas expressed in this story. Okay, this is a work of fiction, a story of my imagination. The characters, concepts, and cultural descriptions are my own. Okay. So, of course, nagpapa-thank you siya. Ini-introduce niya, papa-thank you siya sa mga researchers who offered yung kanilang research para sa kanyang study. Pero, sinasabi din niya, syempre, inaalisan niya ng yung mga tao. Baka kasabihin, ano ba yan, scientist, tapos nag-offer ng ganong klaseng cultural concept, wala namang evidence, parang gano'n. Okay, so, siya, yung physicality ng mga evidences, mga research, ay kanyang ginamit. Pero yung kanyang concepts ng culture, gano'n, na ilinagay niya dito sa Mammoth Hunters, the Mammoth Hunters, na book niya, ay, of course, imagination niya. Okay. So, sincere thanks first to David Abrams, Professor of Anthropology and Tour Director Extraordinaire, and to Diane Kelly, Student of Anthropology and Master of Human Relations, who planned, arranged, and accompanied us on a private research trip on sites and museums in France, Austria, Czechoslovakia, and the Soviet Union. Many thanks to those and great appreciation to Dr. Genelec, Director of Anthropology, Anthropos Institute, Breo, Czechoslovakia, for taking the time to show me many of the actual artifacts from Eastern Europe, and these appear in the book. The Pictorial Encyclopedia on Evolution of Man, the Hamlin Publishing Group Limited, London. Okay. So, itong mga to, yan. Yung mga artifacts na yan, actually, talagang nakita niya yung mga artifacts na yan at dinescribe sa kanya at ginamit niya sa kanyang pagsulat ng libro. Okay, susunod. I am grateful to Dr. Lee Porter of Washington State University and to whatever fates put her with her American accent in our hotel in Kiev. She was there studying fossil mammoth bones and meeting with the very person we had been desperately trying to see. She cut through all of the red tape and arranged the meeting. Okay? So makikita mo she corresponded, si Miss Auel corresponded with many writers, many researchers, anthropologists, mga students, um, mga people, researchers of anthropology para magawa niya yung libro niya. I am indebted to Dr. Lawrence Angel, Curator of Physical Anthropology at Smithsonian Institute, for many things. For some positive and encouraging words about my book, for giving me a backstage look and explanation of some of the differences and similarities between Neanderthal and modern human bones, particularly for suggesting people who could give me further information and assistance. I desperately appreciate the special efforts of Dr. Ninel Kornitz. Sorry failing na ang atin nyo, ang salamin. Okay. Russian expert on the Ukrainian Upper Paleolithic, who was gracious and kind even on a short notice. With her, we saw artifacts in two museums and presented me with one book I had been searching for in the musical instruments made out of mammoth bones by Ice Age people and recording of their sounds. Okay. Very important kasi sa isa o dalawang chapters niya, nag-describe siya yung musicality nung kung paano ginamit ang mammoth bones to make drums, to make musical instruments. Tapos, nag-describe siya nung parang work, nung parang um, concert using bones, using different ancient instruments. So talagang ni-research niya, tapos pinakinggan niya yung music coming out of this and pinasok niya yon sa kanyang mga chapters. Okay? So next, um, the book was in Russian and I owe deep thanks to Dr. Gloria Edinak, formerly an assistant of Dr. Angel who knows Russian, including the technical terminology of paleontology, paleoanthropology, for arranging for a translate for this book, especially for checking if ever and filling in the corners for technical words. Thanks also due for her translation of Ukrainian language articles comparing modern weaving patterns in the Ukraine with designs carved out in Ice Age artifacts. To Dorothy Yasunev Metulis, I owe great appreciation for a good, readable, working translation of Russian mammoth bone music book. The material has the material she provided is invaluable. Thanks also to Dr. Richard Klein, author of Ice Age History of Ukraine, University of Chicago Press, who kindly provided additional papers and information about ancient people of the region. I am particularly grateful to Alexander Marshak, Research Fellow of the Peabody Museum of Archaeology and Entomology and the Ethnology, Harvard University, and the author of The Roots of Civilization, McGraw-Hill book, for copies of the results of his microscopic studies of Ukrainian Upper Paleolithic art and artifacts, which appeared in Current Anthropology. Materials from his as yet unpublished book in the Eastern European Ice Age people. Okay, that was in 1986. Siguro by this time na print na yon. I would like to also research on that. So I think this will be a jumping point na mag-research tayo, no, together. My sincerest appreciation to Dr. Olga Soffer, Department of Anthropology, University of Wisconsin, and probably the leading expert in the United States today in the Ice Age population of Russia, for the long, interesting, and useful conversation in the lobbies of the Hilton and her materials. Patterns of intensification as seen from the upper Paleolithic Central Russian plain, from prehistoric hunter-gatherers, the emergence of cultural complexity, by T. Douglas Price and James A. Brown, editors. Okay, so nag-study siya ng weaving patterns din. Imagine mo yun, ano, magbasa ka ng mga thesis, magbasa ka ng mga research, ng mga libro, ng iba't ibang anthropologists, ng iba't ibang um, technicians, ng iba't ibang research people, and then to put them in this book. Marami pa siyang nakausap. Let's see. Gratitude in great measure goes to Dr. Paul C. Packett, co-editor, Wolves of the World by in Noise Publication, for interrupting his vacation to return my call and for the long discussion on wolves and their possible domestication. Thanks again to Jim Rigg, anthropologist and instructor of Aboriginal Life Skills classes. I continue to use the information I learned from him. I am indebted to 3 people who read a fat manuscript on short notice and offered helpful comments from a reader's point of view. Karen Auel, who read her first draft and got caught up in it and let me know I had a story. Dorsin Gandhi, poet and teacher, who squeezed the reading into the end of her book year without any loss of her usual insight. And Kathy Humble, who managed again to make astute observations. Special thanks to Barry Pracher, Prashker, my editor, whose prescriptions I value, on whose commentary and suggestions were right to target. Words are insufficient to thank Jean Nager, friend and confidant and literary agent beyond compare, who contributed to exceed my wildest expectations. Sincere appreciation to the production and art departments of Crown Publishers, whose care of expert workmanship consistently turn out beautiful and well-made books. I am grateful to Judith Wilkes, my secretary and office assistant, whose intelligence I have come to depend on, and who eases the pressure of my increased volume of correspondences, and so I can write. And to Ray Arrow. Okay. Um, yung acknowledgement. Ayan. Binasa ko po yung acknowledgement ng the Mammoth Hunters. So, from the acknowledgement, you will learn that to have been able to make a series of books on um, on man's development, on woman, lalo na kasi ang perspective na to, karamihan sa babae. Makikita mo talagang um, hindi siya feminist ha. Of course, kasi inano naman niya, but basically, to have a book na ang point of view, ang bida ay babae. Tapos makikita ang development ng culture ng iba't ibang mga taong kanyang nakasalamuha. Napakaganda. So, this is not just a book of fiction, no? Inisip ng isang writer. It's a research book na nalagyan din ng konsepto, ng narrative. Okay, those are my puppies. Gutom na sila. Okay? So, tuloy-tuloy natin pag-aralan. Tingnan natin. There are a lot of books. Let's read more on the Mammoth Hunters. Okay, so I need to go. Gusto ninyo kumain? I'll be back. Bye everyone. Subscribe!